Hello everybody and welcome back to SpeedForce Racing. My name is JB, or I assume it is with the amount of drugs I'm on right now. But let's go, welcome back to the Premier Division, as I'm butchering the intro already. Let's have a look at the championship standings here for round 9 of the Premier Division, because P. Walters, after finishing on the podium in France, is in P1 ahead of Medium Pilot, our race winner last week, in P2. Then Nolan is in P3, but I think he has departed us after deciding that he would crash himself out several hundred times. Nicomania is in P4 and James Braden is in P5. Sem is in P6 and Glock, who has also departed us, is in P7. Mike TMR is in P8. Raikkonen is in P9 and Gilles is in P10. Mike Bundy, after a good result finally in France, is in P11 and Chengeng Rao is in P12. Verstappen is in P13 and Honey Badger is in P14. Oriol is in P15 and Primero is in P16. Fotio is in P17. Gasly is in P18 and Virgil is in P19 and the Torpedo is in P20. The championship standings are looking rather British and rather Williams, because Williams are in P1 ahead of McLaren in P2. Then the Americans come with Haas in P3. P4 is Racing Point, P5 is Renault, and P6 is Mercedes. P7 is Alfa Romeo, P8 is Red Bull, P9 is Ferrari, and P10 is Toro Rosso. As you can tell, I'm quite sick, and thank God that I'm not on my own tonight. Tonight, I am joined by someone new to commentary. Hello, everybody, and welcome with a big hand, though you can't clap, to Senna. How are you doing, mate?
I'm good, I'm good.
Just to be sure, you didn't come back from the dead, did you?
I didn't. Maybe you're gonna do tonight, but I don't hope.
You don't hope? Oh, wow, okay, he wants me to die. But yes, wow, what drew you to commentary, first of all, after that savage insult from the Belgian? So what drew you to joining us?
I like Formula 1, I like racing, so yeah, I hope I can do something to bring up the stream and give all the viewers some extra information they need and do my best I can.
See, the best thing is, right, he's got chucked in when I'm actually on the verge of dying. So, apologies if you hear a few sniffs and a few coughs through this race. I have a head cold, which has actually bedridden me today. I've been in my bed all day attempting to get some form of energy back for this, and I can glad to say it's about there, but I'm cold as hell. So, yeah, if you hear sniffs and sneezes and coughs, I apologise. We're going to try and keep them to a minimum as I'm dying. So, Senna, we both raced here, actually in the same division,
yep.
And then I raced again last night. This track, though it's short and it's quick and it's got 9 corners, somehow they found a 9th corner a few years back. This track's still quite difficult occasionally, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's a very quick track, but I think it's also a little bit tricky with some few corners that you really have to look out how you go into it, because otherwise you will lose your back with even if you have a lot of downforce. Some people, I can expect some crashes, I do.
A bigger crash than what we had in GP4, where someone decided to straight line.
I don't think.
Oh, I
That's
don't know.
impossible.
GP2 last night, 3 drivers were taken out on the run up to turn 3. So right now we're on a pretty run for it. GP3 has been the cleanest.
I think the start and the turn 3 and the first lap will be critical, because also in GP4 there were a lot of things that happened. Like there was someone started P20 and was a P5 after 3 corners, so anything can happen really.
Yeah, and I started P8 and suddenly I was not P8. That damn Toro Rosso. But yes, so we're just waiting on a few more drivers to join. No, we're not. We're heading over the track now. So we are heading over the track. We got a few reserves in because there was an update today. Coughing. If you didn't know what the update entailed, it involved a lot of updates to it. A minor update to McLaren's livery. F2 2019, which was a great addition. I don't know if you've driven any of the F2 cars, Senna?
No, I didn't.
I like them. I was actually racing there in a minute. You had the race yesterday, you ran up? Yeah, I know. How's your hip, mate? Sorry, I just remembered. How's your hip? the run-up, one of our GP2 drivers had surgery. I believe you had surgery, didn't you? So, heading over the track now. 9 corners, a lap time of, oh my god, that's so quick. How do drivers concentrate this lap time so quick? But yeah, it's this is such a difficult track when it's wet. This corner, turn 3, we're looking at. If you accelerate out of that corner, you're gone. We had a few incidents when people were spinning out on the run to the pit lane, a few incidents at the pit lane. That's all right, run up. And it's dry as we head over. And apparently Jordan King's driving. Oh no, it's updated to Rushland. So that shows that my F2 driving before we came on the stream gave us a moment of showing what everyone could do. I don't even know where I was going with that, to be honest. Oh, anyway, so what are you looking for here at Senna? We've seen it 3 times already this week, but what do you look for in qualifying?
I hope to see some very quick laps, some close timings, so they all have to go another time. Not like one person already leading with 5/10 or something. I really hope for a close race.
I believe we'll get a close qualifying. We often do here in the Premier Division as we look at Sam, 21 car leaving the pit lane onto the second of 3 DRS zones. I mean, this track is basically DRS through 60% of a lap, and that's quite critical to passing, isn't it, Senna?
Yeah, it is. I think the best passing opportunity is down the first straight after turn 1. And otherwise, if you overtake in there, you can try to get your position back in the straight after it. So yeah, it's a lot of high speed. So
lovely and high speed through this section here. We're looking at on more with stem. The second sector of the lap into the third is so fun. Even in a box under Williams, you could find this track fun. In an F2 car, it's even more fun.
I think some people are getting in trouble because they all leave the pits at almost the same time. So I hope there won't be any cars that holding up each other.
Well, they should all spread out as they head down into turn 1 for the first time on the qualifying lap time here with Sam. What can he do? The Dutch driver in the McLaren. No, it's not Nick de Vries. It is Sam as he runs up, followed by the other Dutch driver of Honey Badger. And Raikkonen has lagged out the session. There's always one.
That really sucks for Raikkonen.
He'll be able to get back in. Coughing. So, looking at Sam still, it's been a pretty neat and tidy DRS run as he runs up now into the difficult bit of the track. He'll try and nail this, not run too high on the curbs, as he does just kiss the apex there on the run into the final couple of corners now, into sector 3. 44 sector there as we run up into the final couple of corners, the penultimate corner here, which is a sharp right-hander. How quick does he go through it? Incredibly quick is the answer in the McLaren as he comes through the final corner now where Daniel Kvyat decided to go and fly in that Toro Rosso, and across the line it's a 104.7, immediately dramatically quicker than anything that SFR has produced this far as they cross the line. But Virgil, the fastest man on track, a 104.6.
Oh. And Midnight has been holding up by Bundy in his last corner, so that sucks for him.
So, the Thai driver really not happy in the Alfa Romeo as they all come bailing through. Here's Medium Pilot though, fighting for the championship with a black top helmet. DRS is going to open on the Williams.
Is he faster than Wouters? No, he isn't.
He Wouters currently.
That's a bad time for him.
Yeah,
9/10 slower than Wouters.
Well, he was on the medium compounded tyres, so that's possibly why.
Yeah, that's why.
So looking at Stem now, DRS open on Stam's car as he crosses the line. He goes P18 with a validated lap time. Excuse me. So looking at the Norwegian of Ollie in the Toro Rosso, as I slowly run out of brain power. He's got a lot of traffic in front of him. Look at this.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Holy moly, they've got to be aware, and if they're pitting, they've got to really go underneath that black side there as Gilles is... Oh, yeah, he's bailed out.
No, he backs off. He doesn't finishes his lap.
Is Russian, the Belgian driver in the Williams. He's got a bit of traffic in front of him as well, but I think those drivers are on lap times. He's braked very early, so I think he's on a slow lap, or he's invalidated his lap time. I'm not feeling well at all, James Braden. I'm not. I am secretly dead. And what's happened is they've hired Senna to be my puppeteer tonight. So he's actually got all the strings looking at me, and he's doing a really crude impression of my voice.
I'm trying to do it anyway.
I'll still put in 110% as best I can, but yeah, this will be interesting.
What can Nick Mania do? Starting his timed lap.
Let's do a full-on board lap with him. Let's see how quick he takes his lap time with telemetry now, as we look at Nick's lap on the run up to turn 3. What are you looking for heading into turn 3, Senna?
I hope they all can go through it and race start. I think lap 1 is critical there, because there can be a lot of crashes and people holding up each other and do that turn. So I really think that you have to look out for that corner.
You do. That was the corner where Kimi Raikkonen and Fernando Alonso came together so many years ago, as they run through sector 2 now. Yeah, Dan, you probably did give it to me when we swapped cars at the for the Grand Prix. So as we're watching Nick now, how quick does he take this penultimate corner here as a bit of lag affects him? So we see he goes in 195 mile an hour up braking. That's absolutely phenomenal speed from the Racing Point as he comes across the line now, and he's going to go P2.
Ooh, second. That's good. That's a good lap for him.
Yeah, very
really
comfortable
good lap
in the 75 car, showing that this track is a bit of fun. Obviously, the pole lap time here in Formula 1 this season was a 103.003, I think it was, by Charles Leclerc. I'd love to see some of our drivers match that, and they could just say, hey, Charles Leclerc got pole, can you have one of my drivers too?
The only one who hasn't set a time yet and is out on track now is Owen Ollie. So he is going for a timed lap now, I think, in his out lap.
So what can the number 30 car do? As I choke on my own life. There is a Haas just starting a lap time now, as we see Gilles starting his lap time, but we're going to focus on the TNR driver, EMV STR. Yeah, that was a really awful pun. But Toro Rosso coming through turn 1 now. There is a driver there. It's a Ferrari, I think it is, from the distance. It might be an Alfa Romeo, to be honest. It is the Alfa Romeo of Fotio. Or maybe it's chain game in the Ferrari. It's the Alfa. It is, as we see, me choking and dying. This will be a stream of me sitting there yelling, choking or coughing. And then sniffing, as I pray that I don't die. But yeah, Fotio getting out of the way now as P. Walters goes
and
fastest.
Wouters has a new fastest lap indeed.
Of 104.117. But Medium Pilot even faster.
Goes faster. 104.0. That's really fast. That's a really fast lap.
Hello to everyone joining us in the chat. This is phenomenal speed, and Medium Pilot as Midnight goes up to 3rd. And Ollie pits.
And Ollie isn't finishing his lap again.
Ruslan in the Williams, debuting tonight is the Belgian, alongside Midnight, who I believe is debuting as well. So 2 new drivers from 2 countries that we haven't seen many drivers from in SFR, Belgium and from Thailand. So we'll see what everyone can do. I think Midnight's actually on a lap now. Let's have a look at him. He is 3 seconds slower, so he's on an in-lap. Or a recharge lap, one of the 2. Mike Bundy, on the other hand, with the very, very close to Antoine Hubert helmet, the pink and the white, comes through sector 2 now. You oohed? What do you see? It
was really close in turn 1. Them doing a timed lap with Ferrari in front of him. Went out of the way, but he hasn't holden up, so it's okay, but it was very close.
Apologies for part of the screen being messed up, being covered up as I had to blow my nose. I won't do that with the mic on. As Mike Bundy crosses the line, he goes 8 tenths faster, but stays in P13. Excuse me. God, where'd that come from? King David now in P9 is about to set his lap time. The reserve driver crossing the line, he goes P5. Very good run for the Mercedes. Once again, have a look at Rusland, the Belgian driver. Would he be swearing in Flemish?
I'm supporting Rusland. I'm supporting him.
Were you? Is there a place, is there?
Maybe he is from the same country as me, so that's why.
Yeah. So an entire city is playing the F1 game right now.
Stem goes only 13th fastest.
Rusland goes 15th now, as a few people improve. Raikkonen going up to P5 though, in the Mercedes.
Ooh, that's very good.
And I've run out of
Only
water.
Ollie hasn't set a lap time yet.
Well, we saw that a few nights ago where drivers didn't set lap times, but they were still mega quick in the race. See where Honey Badger is doing. He's on a lap time is number 15. Sorry, Renault. Don't know where I got Mercedes from with that. Completely different country. What can the Dutch driver do? As he comes down into sector 2, looking very excited to hopefully be back on track. He wasn't sure whether he was going to get get into track because of the issue with the update. We know that James Braden is hoping to get onto track as well. He will be missing qualifying, unfortunately, due to the update not being done, but that's fine. Some people have been busy all day. Green flags waving as we look at Honey Badger coming through the penultimate corner now. Very quick. Oh, that might. Yeah, that's on it. So back in the pit lane for the Dutchman. Invalidating lap times here is very easy, isn't it, Senna?
Yeah, it is.
So, what are you expecting now as we head into the last 6.5 minutes of qualifying, Senna? Anything standing out for you, or do you think the grid is currently set how you think it'll be?
I don't know if someone can go faster than 1.40. If someone goes into 1.3, I don't think that will happen, if I'm honest. But I think Wouters is gonna try, and maybe he is gonna improve his lap, but not position, I think. I think so, medium pilot has a pole. That's what I expect.
Ollie goes
Well,
P9.
Ollie goes 9th.
Finally getting a lap time in for the Norwegian driver, Laserlord, in the Sister Toro Rosso. Got a podium last night in GP2, is on a bit of run of form as he hopes to get a good result here in the Premier Division. He's on a lap time now as well in the Honda Powered Cup. Close qualifying times, yeah, they really are tonight. So much closer than GP2 was, except for Honey Badger, who's on a 107, who's doing a great impression of me. And Laserlord just goes a tenth faster. But still, this is quite enthralling qualifying session so far, isn't it, Senna?
Yeah, it is. I'm really looking forward for Raikkonen. Maybe he can go and try to get close to the first 3 or something.
I think it's going to be really interesting, especially seeing as we have a rookie up there with Midnight being up there. I say rookie, might not be new to racing at all, but new to SFR is he, is the Thai driver.
It's very close. The top 10 only 6 tenths from each other, so everything can change with one good lap from someone.
Most definitely. Looking at Mike Bards in the Red Bull, drove, I think, on GP3 reserve driver. So he's come all the way from GP3, stayed for the Red Bull team to cover them off if they ran out of drivers, which they did tonight. Crossing the line now, 4 tenths faster, but stays, but is an invalidated lap time. Invalidating is incredibly aggravating, but I think something a little bit more aggravating, if you agree, Senna, is when people take out the brake marker boards, even if you're running racing line.
Yeah, sometimes when you brake, you. Oh, it's raining! It's raining.
Oh. So that must mean that qualifying is in fact over.
I think qualifying is over.
Midnight has gone faster than his lap time. He's very close, but qualifying will be over now unless people can get their last dying laps in. I wonder why there are things moving on the car. As Raikkonen, he will not improve on his lap time, as Gilles is going to out-qualify him, as we're looking at the Haas driver now. The 93 car is coming down pretty heavily right now. So I brought it on my F2 race. As DRS opens on Gilles' car, he goes P3, beating out Midnight.
That's very good. If Midnight wants to improve, he has to do it this lap because it's only getting worse with the rain.
I think the wick's on Honey Badger right now.
He has to do it now.
No, he's backed out. Honey Badger will not be qualifying in the top 10 tonight.
Oh, that's really, really sad for him.
My
What can
Fundy as
Midnight
well.
do?
Lots of drivers.
He also doesn't finish his lap.
Raikkonen,
So I think this will be the starting grid.
Raikkonen is on a lap time right now, but whether he's able to complete it in these conditions, I don't know.
I don't think so, if I'm honest. Don't think you can be faster, and it's not a little bit of rain, it's already quite a lot.
But it's not enough to send the cars out onto the intermediates as of yet. Maybe some drivers expecting some rain in the race might decide that they want to go out on the intermediates.
Is Raikkonen gonna finish? He's gonna finish his lap. Goes very wide there.
I think it's invalidated.
That's a close one.
He does not improve, so he is going to be starting P5.
I don't think someone will improve. McMania now going to the
Russell's out.
Corners.
I think he's chosen to retire in the pit lane. I think actually Honey Badger's on a lap time right now. He has gone 1.7 seconds faster in the last lap. Cross the line now. What can the Dutch driver do? It's P13. He's out-qualified his teammate. But at what cost?
Now Sam on P8 provisional is going for another lap, but if I'm totally honest, I don't think he will improve.
No, I don't believe so either. Yellow flags are being waved in sectors 1 and 2.
Sector 1. And Sam, that's invalid. That's not even worth finishing.
P. Walters is 1.5 seconds slower in sector 1. He's closing his DRS.
Can only improve his position. No, he doesn't. And Stamp is in the middle of the finish. Stopped on track.
So we believe that qualifying is over, as we see a McLaren dart across the track that looked to have been the ghost of P. Walters as he has ended his qualifying run. So qualifying on pole, Medium Pilot in P1 ahead of P. Walters in P2, and Gilles making a second row start in P3. Well done to the Frenchman. So we'll see the rest of the grid as we head over to qualifying in a bit. As we head over to the race in a bit. And shockingly, the most shockingly part of things is that I'm not dead after that qualifying session.
Yeah, you're still here. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I know, with this voice. You know what, though? In completely honest, this isn't the worst of sounding on commentary. I've had one where I genuinely couldn't speak. I was just squeaking my way through commentary, and they still said it was a good commentary session. But yeah, we shall see as my voice does go a few octaves lower. It does sound like I've just grown massive cojones over the week, hasn't it? Alright.
And so, that is qualifying now official over.
Qualifying is done here in Austria, and the Spielberg circuit is about to light up in the dry, hopefully, as Medium Pilot qualifies 0.06 of a second ahead of P. Walters in P2. Gilles is in P3, and then Midnight is in P4. Raikkonen is in P5, Nicomet is in P6, and David is in P7. Stem is in P8, Fotio is in P9, and Ollie is in P10. Well done to him. Outside of the top 10 and 3 titles, barring it being dry, Cheng Rao is in P11, Virgil P12, Honey Badger in P13, Nathan Lord in P14, Stam in P15, Mike Bundy in P16, Mike Bart in P17, and Rusland in P18. And relax for the moment.
Top 4 is in 1 second of each other, so I really expect a race for the first position. I really look forward to it.
And it's
And
dry.
it seems to be dry, I think.
Yeah. Well, the advantage of that is that hopefully all the drivers remember they cannot win the race on lap 1. That's
Yeah,
the
it
thing.
is.
This is a long race. It's 36 laps of racing.
Anything can happen, even if it's so close. Anything can happen even more. So they
Most
all
definitely.
they all will be together. I think, like I already said a few times, lap 1 will be critical.
Are you talking about doing random grids at Silverstone, Lee? Am I gonna have to come over to where you live and beat you up again? Lee's talking about ruining my way of winning Silverstone. It's the one track I want to win at, for God's sake. I've not won a race in SFR. So on to the formation lap now. Here, James Braden has joined us, so he will be racing in the Red Bull team. Now his points will go to the Haas team, but it's Williams on pole tonight here in SFR, the head of McLaren, and then Haas in P3. Can we just leave these two and just text the FIA going, hey, can you have a Williams on pole and a McLaren in P2 for Russia, please? Please and thank you.
I feel a little sad for Rusland because he's so much behind his teammate.
Well, it might just be qualifying. For a long time, when I've raced for so many years, because I'm so old, for a long time, I could never get qualifying right. And to an extent, I still can't. I always go out too late, or I always go out too early, and I mess up my lap times. So it might just be that he's not a qualifying driver, and he's a much better race driver. But I don't know much about the Belgium in the P18, to be completely honest. But the big talking point right now is Chen Gang Wow. He's starting on the hard compounded tyres. What do you think about that, Salah?
Ooh. That will be a very long first stand, and then it goes to the soft, I think. I think he will go for maybe the fast lap or something.
That's the strategy I
think that's his strategy.
Just with an extra soft tyre at the start as well, on Monday. But unfortunately with that, it didn't end well because I got caught up in an accident between two more.
The end of the grid are all starting on the medium, from P15 to P19.
Laserlord and Virgil
also Honey Badger
on the softs. So who are you going to be watching at the start in your first commentary session?
I think I will go for the starting with medium pilot, I think.
You'll sit with me at the start, okay. So, heading to 5 red lights once everyone's lined up. They did this in GP4, they slowed us all the way down, and then they lit up the track as we get ready to go racing here in Belgium. 36 laps of racing are about to begin.
Here we go. Oh yeah, yellow in sector 3. That's...
So, the 5 red lights here in Spielberg. The lights are out. Now, the drivers are away. It's a good start from medium pilot. A good start from Gio as well.
Wouters is trying to defend his position.
Look at Raikkonen going side by side with Midnight already. Sam dropping down positions. Oh, the number 15 is Honey Badger really struggling as he gets on the power to try and pass Laserlord. He has passed him. Now
turn 3.
Oh,
Wouters goes into first position.
Oh, Fotio's wide as they all come through. It's the cleanest turn 3 we've seen all week.
Everybody is through. It's unbelievable.
Oh, what on earth. Medium pilot dropping down even more. He's fighting Gio now on the inside, and Gio is through into P2. What has happened there,
Medium pilot lost 2 positions. Oh.
3.
Now fighting for P4. And he lost. Oh, what is happening with medium pilot?
This happens
already
often
in P4 after starting on pole.
Often with medium pilot, we see that he struggled at the start of the race, and then he comes alive midway through. Honey Badger dropping back behind Laserlord. And it is a clean start here as we head into lap 2. This is where all the craziness begins as the Premier drivers. Oh, the Alfa Romeos almost coming together as Midnight almost hits his teammate. As Fotio almost hits his teammate. And they all come clambering on together. They're standing to the inside of Fotio at turn 1.
It's very close in the midfield from P8 to P14. They're all in 1 second, I think. It's really close there.
Stem still looking to the inside. Fotio weaving a little bit. Nothing too bad though as the Dutchman does go on the inside of the Greek, and there's no problems there. They don't Rosberg each other like someone did to me last night. And now we look at Chen Gang. Wow, what can Robin do as he tries to get past everyone? Honey Badger slipping up inside these two drivers. Robin moving around the track a lot and closing the door again on the Renault. Mike Bundy He's currently dropping down and battling with Rustland in P18. To the inside line comes Honey Badger. Wow. What an interesting battle so far. You see a Toro Rosso and a Ferrari almost come together further up. I believe that, sorry, the McLaren almost goes
Walters
further
is
up.
getting gap. Walters is getting a gap.
So Walters
He's trying
pulling
to
away.
head away from Drill.
Virgil with the blue and yellow helmet, the warning helmet if you will, is looking to try and overtake many drivers. Midnight does pit in his first SFR race, making his first pit stop. Mike Barr's looking on the inside of Stam. Lots of interest.
And there's already a gap of more than 1 second between Nick and David.
So close racing
is going really fast.
Stam now to the outside line on the number 9 car of Fotio, but cannot get the move done. DRS is now in play, so these drivers are going to have some great fun with the drag reduction system opening.
Oh, and what has happened to Midnight? I think he had to pit. Yeah, he had to pit.
Yeah, so Midnight did have to pit and enter the pit lane. Change his tyres, change his wing. Sorry, change the wing. Running out of puff tonight. As we look at Fotio on the back of the Dutchman. The Dutchman goes through and the Greek has to concede the position. The gap, though, at the top is 6 tenths between P. Walters and Gilles. Medium pilot, though, he's not dropped away, has he?
No, he hasn't yet.
So, a few people
it's
with...
really, really close in the front.
A few people with time penalties now as the battle now opens up at the top. Gilles looking to take his first win in SFR. The Frenchman, the 93 car on the back of the German in the Mercedes. And then they have the Finnish Frenchman behind of Raikkonen.
There's a fight now for P12 between Laser Lord and Chain Game. And Laser has won it.
Rustland's going side by side now with Mike Bards in the Red Bull, but he has to concede a position as he ran out a little bit wide by the Red Bull. But he goes to the inside line.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, he threatens it.
Oh, is he? Yeah, that's a great move from Rustland.
So the Belgian driver putting off the Greek driver. And
yeah, he has a good start, Rustland.
He's doing very well. He's
P15.
staying out of trouble, which is very good for him. And if you look in the chat, you see Lionel getting bullied by Electrodan. But the gap at the top is ever changing. 7 tenths, 5 tenths, many less tenths. You go back on board with Gilles in the Haas. The top 5 separated by less than a second.
There's a 3-second penalty for Sam.
Oh, that's very, very unfortunate for the Dutch driver. As now we look at Fotio, who's been passed by Virgil. Not a clean move tonight. They're all being very well behaved.
Yeah, they're all doing very well. They're all staying out of trouble. I didn't expect it. Totally
they know
honest
I'm
with you.
sick. They've got a text saying he's sick. Don't make him work. So, looking at Fotio on the stream right now as he runs up behind Virgil. The soft compounded tyres, though, that the entirety of the top 10 are on, that's going to start to ebb away soon, isn't it?
Yeah, it isn't. And also the top 5 still all in 1 second of each other, so that's very close in the front there.
So let's have a look at those top 5. Let's go on board with Nick as he looks to pass medium pilot. Honey Badger with a time penalty in P11. Looking to break into that top 10 soon. Medium pilot though. Look at Raikkonen, he's looking racy on the back of Gilles.
Yeah, he is trying to get a second position. Well, Big Virgil has a 3-second time penalty.
Medium pilot
In
is he
P8.
getting the hang of these tyres as of yet? I don't know. Fotio and Virgil fighting on the run up to turn 3. Virgil's the inside line and he is going to concede in P8. But for how long, as Fotio doesn't seem to have DRS in his car, he doesn't. And then Fotio back to the inside line. Oh, big contact! As they make contact with Oriol, and they're both in the barriers there. I'm not sure what happened. Yes, you called. But no, that was a big accident there. I'm going to actually look on my little replay camera that I've got on the stream. So I just cut to it, and I think Ollie was caught out by the early braking of Virgil, and that has cost both of them dearly in this position. So basically, they can still drive. In real Formula One, they wouldn't. They would have been stuck in those barriers. Oh, Stam gonna be trouble
yellow
too.
in sector 3. Yeah, Stam has
Stam's
gone
round into
in the
pit lane.
pit exit.
So we've seen that a lot here, and Rustland is now thinking, okay,
Oh,
you owed? What do you see?
yeah, Stam is really struggling. I don't know. After he spun in the pit lane entry, he almost did it again.
Overheated
So I
tyres
think
then.
he needs a new nose too.
So Rustland through to P11 right now in the Williams, hoping to match his teammate. Oh, bit of lag from either Robin or Rustland as we look.
And Gio is not letting Wouters go. Even comes in 3/10 now.
Yeah, I wonder if Walters went on a recharge lap, and now there could be a move for the lead soon between the McLaren and the Haas.
Yeah, he hasn't come close enough to try and overtake Wouters. I don't know if it's gonna happen, because always when the opportunity is on the straight lines, Wouters is edging away from him. Well, Gio is very wide here.
He's pushing as hard as he can, but unfortunately that's putting him under more pressure from Raikkonen rather than putting the pressure on Walters. It shows that you can push ever so slightly too hard at this point, and that's what Gio has been doing. So, right now P. Walters still leads from second place on the grid, looking to overtake is Gio in P2.
If someone in the top 4 makes a little mistake, he lost 4 positions then. They're all so close to each other.
Yes, most definitely.
They really have to keep concentrating now.
That is the hard bit, is trying to pound out these laps and work out how to pass them.
Yeah.
Gio obviously wants to get past P. Walters. P. Walters is just trying to ignore everyone behind him, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. They also know that if they just... not even a big something, but lost your bag. Oh, that's you going off the track.
And there is the mistake from the Haas. The Haas dropping down to P5.
Oh, he was doing such a good race. And I think he lost his nose.
Let's have a look. Yeah, there's a bit of damage on the end plate.
Yeah, there's damage. He has to pit. Oh, that's really sucks for him. And now medium pilot also is a second away from Raikkonen.
That's quite nasty.
That was really close. That was really close from Raikkonen too. With Wouters very early braking. Raikkonen almost hit him in the back. There's a yellow flag in sector 3.
I don't know who that is. I think that's Ollie. I think he went wide.
Yeah, Ollie has a 3-second penalty now too.
So Raikkonen's turn to try and attack the German in P1. Oh god, that
and Gio going into the
look
pits.
very happy, did it?
No, Gio is in the pits now, probably for a new nose, and I think he is gonna go on the hard tires.
Yeah, you could
to
do
try
20,
and maybe
you could do
take the podium
laps.
still.
You do 26 laps on those tires. As we look
He is
forward,
going to the mediums.
Oh
no, to the hards. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. So Raikkonen on the back of P. Walters now. DRS opening as he's within 3 tenths. He's closer.
I think Raikkonen is gonna try it. He's gonna try it, I think.
To the inside line, thinking
No,
about
he
it, trying to put the fear of God into P. Walters right now as the race leader continues on.
I think Wouters has less downforce than the other drivers, because in the turns they come close to him, but they never come close enough on the straights to try.
Medium pilot close as well. Can't keep him out of the fight as we look.
Yeah,
on
he was 1
the
second behind. Now only 5 tenths. There's a penalty for Fotio now.
So he will run up onto that
P18.
long curve as DRS opens once more on the start finish straight.
And King David is now pitting from P5.
Going for the undercut on his teammate and the driver in front.
And he is going to the medium tires.
Setting a move is Raikkonen right now. He's trying to set it up on Walters. He's within 3 tenths now. He's pushed him through the corner. No, he's lost the rear end though as he catches it. Didn't lose too much time.
Now close fight for P8. 3 cars fighting with each other. It's the Williams trying to do the move. Ooh,
So
and there is contact, and he pushed right the Toro Rosso from Laserlord. And Laserlord is also going to lose his 9th position, I think, now.
What's Shane going well going to do? Is he going to try and go down the inside of Russell? He decides not to on the Belgian. The Belgian driver is in front still. Well done to him. He's in a Ferrari.
Really doing a good job.
He is. He's doing a fantastic job with those medium compound tyres.
2 tenths between Raikkonen and Wouters. That's really close now. That is really close now.
Nick
1 tenth. But look, he isn't faster on the straight, even with DRS.
The mistake into turn 1 has really affected Raikkonen as he got a little bit of tyre grip disappearing on traction. As we look at he's so close. He needs to make this move soon.
Yeah, he is so close, but he isn't faster on the straights, and that's really annoying for him, I think. Now maybe. Yeah, he is gonna try it. He's gonna try it on the inside of Wouters, and I think he almost did it, but Wouters still.
No, he's through.
Yeah, he did it. He did it.
So Wouters...
Kimi is now leading this race. That's a surprise, I think.
I think it most certainly has, as medium pilot now. As
oh no, he has a 3-second penalty. No.
That's how it normally goes. Get into the lead, get a penalty. Make it difficult for yourself. Wouters almost losing the rear end in the run to the penultimate corner.
That was really close.
Moly. I think his
and
rear
now
tyres
medium pilot is spitting. Medium pilot is spitting.
So in all of
he
this,
goes into the pits.
King David came out in P14. Where's everyone else going to come out? So has he stopped? Has he been serviced?
Medium pilot goes onto the hard.
So he has been serviced to one stop strategy for the Williams. He's been jumped by his teammate. He is going to be outside of the top 10. King David, the fastest man on track now in P14. And I think medium pilot is like, whoa! Mike Barnes had a major incident there as he lost the rear end at turn 1.
Oh my god.
But he managed to catch it, and he is still going in this race. Django well, looking to the inside line on Russell and deciding not to.
I wonder what Wouters is gonna do, because I think if he waits too long with pitting, that medium pilot is gonna get in front of him.
Russell let Robin through.
He is pitting. Wouters is going into the pits.
Oh my goodness me, I think Sam might be looking to pit as well. What's Sam gonna do? Is he pitting?
Oh, yes, he is. Oh,
no.
That's really close. That's gonna be close. That's gonna be close.
This is disaster for McLaren. They've both pitted.
No, I think he will be on time. I think.
We're gonna stay on board.
I don't think it will be a problem.
Has been released. Sector 3, we have yellow flag. Virgil's had a problem. 3. He's obviously been crashing pit lane.
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah, he lost. I think 5 tenths. It's not much, but.
Walters back.
What's gonna happen? Out. Yeah, medium pilots is in front.
Walters jumping right between Chang'e Wow and between Ruslan now. So P. Walters is currently retraining P1 ahead of medium pilot who got stuck in a butt ton of traffic, and now he tries to stay behind everyone else. Now he tries to get through that traffic, including Mike Bundy, the reigning GP2 champion, who moved at the Premier at the end of last season.
How long is Raikkonen gonna go with these tires? Because he has a 3-second penalty, so I think the longer he go, the more time and positions he will lose.
I think we'll see him pit next lap on lap 16. At the end of lap 15, start of lap 16. But
or maybe he's going to try to go to the medium and try to have an advantage from that.
Nicky Mania is going to go to... I think he's going to try and go to the end on the medium compound tyres now, as he's only done a few laps on them. He's looking to the inside line on James Braden. He has made the move on the Red Bull. That is secretly a Haas. But the Haas Red Bull is going to get back up and try to overtake him.
Ruslan now close to Chain. He doesn't try it. Maybe into the next corner.
Oh, medium pilot though. Mike Bundy and King David all getting closer together themselves.
There's a 3-second penalty for Stam now in P17.
Hello, Sophie. Welcome to the party of JB being incredibly sick and Senna actually putting in the right form of doing commentary, as I say, just ramble all about rubbish.
I'm trying
Medium
my best.
pilot's knocked up. Medium pilot knocked up and going wide. He's side by side with King David. Raikkonen pits. I was right. Raikkonen pits, and David is through. Medium pilot's going to think, good grief, how did
Medium
that
pilot
happen?
is losing too much time with this fight with David.
So where's Raikkonen going to come out? I think he's going to come out, about P9.
Yeah. He will lose a lot of positions.
It may not do. He may come out just ahead of P8.
Out of the pits.
We're in
He
P6.
goes into the front of medium.
Very lucky there.
I didn't expect that.
Medium pilot's going to think, good grief, how did that happen? And James Brennan is not going to see any of this because Nicomania and
That's a bad move of Rusland now.
Thank you, David.
Rusland is going to lose his fourth position to David. That's really close. But David still needs to go on the medium or hards. So he is gonna pit one into the next laps.
So what will
Shane
happen?
is under pressure now from David. Only 110 behind him.
Raikkonen is hassling the rear end of Rusland, who's snaking around the track.
So close.
That's not an overtaking move there from Kimi. But Kimi's going to try it into the final corner.
Wide. Oh, little touch. Little touch.
Oh, I coughed. I pushed the Mercedes into him. DRS is active on both cars, and the right goes to the inside. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He has forced him wide though, so that might be a questionable offence.
And that's good news for medium pilot.
Yeah, he's through.
He goes into P6 now.
Now, hopefully,
Wouters is already in P2 again, so he is really going for it now. While the others are fighting for position, Wouters has clear track in front of him.
And he's on a mission to catch Honey Badger, the flying Dutchman, in P1 right now. As Raikkonen trying to pass Chain Game, he has passed Chain Game, and now
that was a smooth move.
Will Mercedes, will Mercedes deploy team tactics and say, David, get the hell out of the way? But I don't think they will.
I think David's gonna pit this lap. I should do that. He's still onto the soft tire that won't last much longer, and then he doesn't have to fight with Kimi.
He does
so
not.
That should be the right move, I think.
He doesn't.
But he isn't gonna pit.
So Nicomania now is the man to try and overtake Rusland, who's carrying on in his race as well. Drivers enjoying this race as we look into the inside line for Nicomania.
He's gonna try it.
Oops, that's the one else. The touch.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of room left from Rusland.
Well, they made a choice.
Was a close one.
Medium pilot thinking about the dive bomb, decides not to. Raikkonen close to his teammate in the Mercedes clash, as they so often did at this track here when Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton drove in the cars together. DRS open on Raikkonen's car. Has he been given the instruction to get through? Does David let him through? He does. No, he doesn't. He's fighting him, I believe.
The medium now also overtaking the Chainwood.
Chain Game is going to drag behind.
He did it.
So Robin is going to drop even
further.
Well,
Raikkonen gets in front of his teammate David. Already 6 seconds behind Wouters. That's a lot of time already.
Traffic really helping out the German in P1.
It is. I'm wondering how long is David want to go on these soft tires.
I think the question now is how long is Honey Badger going on his medium combated tires, the same as Rusland. So Honey Badger is our race leader ahead of P. Walters in P2 and Raikkonen in P3. Honey Badger yet to stop in this race, and P. Walters is going to inherit the lead at some point in this race once more, as Rusland is on the back of Chain Game, but he can't get the traction down to pass the Ferrari right now, and Nick can't pass the Williams either, so it's clearly getting a bit forceful now, as they all get a little bit frustrated with who they're behind.
I'm still surprised how the pit strategy from Kimi worked so good.
Eyes on Lazenord now as he tries to go around the outside of Virgil, who passed him into the previous corner. Virgil is going to hang him out a little bit wide there, but no
that's a
major
close
problems. And Nick now is within 1/10 of Rusland, and it's so close you could not fit a piece of paper between these two as DRS opens.
Gio is fighting also again. Was in second place when he made a mistake. Now he is in P11. He can go to P10 now, going onto the straight with DRS on James. Is he gonna get close enough? Oh, he goes right. He's gonna try it. 3 right.
And Mike Bundy bumped off by someone. Didn't see who it was, but he has been hit.
Goes 2 places in one. Made from P11 to P9 in 1 turn. That's very good racing from him. But now locks up his tires.
Always lagged. So lag.
Yeah, he's lagging.
The victim of a cruel prank there by lag. Naughty internet. No, Lee isn't a noob, Daniel. He runs no racing line.
Well, medium isn't getting closer to David, still on his soft tires. That's unbelievable.
David, luckily, has had the protection of DRS for his teammates, so he is being protected and able to save ERS and save everything he can do for the corners of his track. Mike Bundy, still looking.
Medium goes very wide now. Yeah, that's a penalty for David. Went very wide into turn 1. That's a 3-second penalty now.
Both Renaults are on the same strategy right now. What point will we see them pit as we see Nick up the inside of Russell and they touch, and it's still room. Russell doing a very stout defence there against Nick, and Nick doing a good job at attacking. He's getting frustrated though, as you saw by that move. He's had enough on being stuck behind the Williams.
Wouters now into a DRS range of Honey Badger.
At what point do you think the Renaults will pit? Because Honey Badger is in front, and will Mike Bundy think, I've got to wait till my teammate pits?
Yeah, I thought that they're gonna pit around lap 25 maybe, but if we see... Oh, David is pitting now. David is now pitting from P4. I think he will go back to P12 or something.
Nicomania going past Chago Wow as well. So past the Dutch driver. And then the Belgian of Rusland runs wide, and the Frenchman of Gilles gets much closer now to the top 5.
From P4, David is now in P13. I don't think it was a smart move to go that long on the soft tires.
Nicomania is still fighting with Robin. Robin doing his best job there as he goes to the inside line. Is Nicomania, the racing point is through. But not for long. He's getting very annoyed, isn't he, the Greek driver?
Yeah, I think he is. Now, still on the inside of Chain. And look who is behind him. Gilles is already back in P7. He is really flying back.
Honey Badger does pit now.
And now he's gonna try it on Chain. Down the inside. And goes in front of Chain. That was a good move.
Up the move there. What an interesting move.
And now Honey Badger is pitting in lap 23.
Drama in the chat though, as everyone's once again is ganging up on Lee now. Don't gang up on me, I'm sick. It's mean to gang up on the person that's sick.
And now we have the wheel standings again. Wouters leading the race in front of Kimi, who is
Braden
2 seconds ahead of medium pilot.
Braden side by side, he touches Honey Badger. Braden, who's running no setup this time round, and Mike Barnes with a time penalty.
Gio is going to try it down the inside now for P4. They're fighting really hard with racing points.
So many overtakes. Don't time Dan out. I'll tell you awfully if you do. And Nicomania is doing his best job at defending right now, where he will be seen in pit lane soon, I believe. Actually, can Nick go to the end on those medium tyres?
I don't know. When did he pit?
He has been going 11 laps on the medium pilot tyres.
Well, maybe if he saves his tires.
Well, Chengo well ride, and now Rusland is passing the Dutchman, and Honey Badger, the other Dutchman, he's in a Dutch sandwich, and they go to turn 1.
That's a close fight.
Oh, and the
yeah,
touch,
they
the
touch,
big
they touch.
damage on
There's
Tommy's
big
car.
damage for Honey Badger. Oh lord,
Oh,
that wasn't a smart move from both. Now
yeah,
Chain is trying to
there's
overtake
lag.
Rustland again.
There's lag from Robin, I think.
Oh,
Chain
that's
Game Wow is lagging
3
pretty
wide there.
heavily. I think right now it's the lag that's really getting it. I think Chain Game Wow lagged, and then it all went to the metaphorical toilet, as everyone, Chain Game Wow to the inside, dive bombs have been initiated clearly, as everyone starts to get ready to go on, like it's the last lap of the race. Honey Badger has had no luck in that Renault. He's just had my luck from
Oh, and they're with 4 fighting now for P7.
this is
Also
what
Sam
I
is
had
now
in-
getting to the fight.
Yeah, Rustin, though, I think we'll see pit at the end of this lap. Does he pit? Yes, he pulls into pit lane. So, he's gone wide. Does he, in fact, pit? He does, in fact,
Oh,
pit.
they're going all into the pits. With 4,
What?
they're going into the pits.
No! Renault! Are they double stacking? No, they're not. Why? So they all went in at once because their tyres are all knackered.
They
Chain
all
Game Wow,
went in.
Chain Game Wow, who's coming on hard combat tyres.
So what's gonna happen? Oh, that's a little strange.
He's coming on hard,
And the Renault
right?
has to wait.
And he's
And the
he's
Williams
coming...
is in front now.
So Rustland comes out in top.
Rustland made a move with pitting. That's a good move.
So they're all on soft compound tyres. They're going to the end now on the fastest track. This is going to get so fun.
It's gonna get some good fights, yeah.
But right now,
I think the front fight is already determined. Wouters will win this race without any... If he doesn't fail something, if he doesn't make a mistake, he's gonna win this race. Just 3-second time penalty for Stam.
yeah,
Again, P19, he's really suffering in this race.
definitely is, as we see Gio now getting closer to the back of Nicomania. Sophie disagrees with you though. She's saying that Medium Pilot might win this race.
I don't think, man.
I
Medium
think-
Pilot is really getting closer to Raikkonen, and Raikkonen is already 6.5 behind Wouters, so if
Gio,
Wouters needs to pit another time, then it's gonna be interesting, but I don't think that will happen.
Gio to the outside on Nicomania. Excuse me, and he's through. So the Frenchman back into P4. Looking to at least get to P3 where he qualified. I think it'll be question. I won't want to reserve judgment on who wins this race
Laser
yet.
now on Big Virgil down the outside. Oh, that's a really close fight.
Oh, Laserlord trying to turn in, but didn't manage it. They
There
bumped tires.
wasn't much space there for Laserlord to go, so he had to back out. But now he gonna try it again on Big Virgil. Trying the outside, but very good defending of Big Virgil, who lost his back there. But Laserlord backs off.
I'm afraid
I
I
think
can't
we're gonna
reveal
see
the
a few
penalties.
fights with him.
Yeah, we will see a few fights now with everyone on soft tyres in that P12 to P15 gap on fresh ones. No, I'm not
Yeah,
revealing the
they're all
penalties
in 1 second of each other.
because this is going to get fun. If we don't know what the penalties are, this is going to be great.
Yeah, I
to
think
see.
Rustland has 3-second penalty, so that won't be good. He will now is racing in P12, but I think if it stays like this, he's
Mike
gonna fall
Bundy.
back to P15, P16.
My
Bundy
Bundy
going the
fastest
fastest
track.
lap now.
James Brennan. Oh,
And there's
Ollie's
yellow
round. He's
in
crashed.
sector 3. Yep. Ollie in the pit entrance again. And he's
No.
going to pit again.
No need for a safety car though, as he has got the car restarted and going. Showing going well. Looking to pass Rustland, who's looking
Now
at the same.
Stan is going into P18. I think that's his first overtake during this whole race.
Mike Bundy trying a look on James Braden. James Braden, who's doing his best job right now. This is very
Yeah.
interesting. I don't know
It
what's
is.
going to happen.
Honey Badger
Oh,
and
excuse
P6 now also trying to get close to Nickmania.
James Braden trying to show more commitment than Chain Gang Wow right now.
And
But
it's
Chain
already
Gang.
3 seconds now between Medium Pilot and Raikkonen, so that
Oh.
won't be... Oh, that's a penalty for Bundy, 3 seconds.
Virgil dropped behind Laserlord once more as this battle for the final points pay position heats
Also a
up
penalty
even
for
more.
Big Virgil now.
Well, as this battle here between these two heats up, right? the big soft runner crowd are about to come and join them, aren't they? As we see Virgil going up the inside, Laser Lord, he's left him room. They touch heavily.
They've touched.
Oh,
what happened there? I think the Toro Rosso has been pushed out of the track. I didn't watch him from his perspective, so I don't know what happened there.
I was on board with the Toro Rosso in question, and he unfortunately I think turned in as as Virgil thought he was further ahead, and they just touched, and unfortunately Laser Lord got forced out onto the grass. Nothing in malice there. I think just a racing incident.
I think too. Now Chain is going very close to Rusland. Rusland is going to try it on Big Virgil, I think.
He's trying it, he can't move, and Chain going Wells lagging through him.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He's used the Mario Kart moves, he's used an item box.
This is very crazy for a moment. Now Rusland only P14, so he lost a couple of places there. Yeah, it really sucks for him. He was doing a great race till now.
Who cares about the battle at the front? We've seen the battle down here. We just wish we could see it at the front.
They're just...
Oh, he's missing breaking points in the bar!
Oh, Rusland. Oh, he pushed the Renault right. He pushed the Renault right, but he doesn't force him to leave the track, so no problem there. They're fighting with 6 cars in one. It's crazy fight here.
Laser Lord now trying to pass Mike Bundy.
Again.
There's
a second penalty.
James Braden bumping and bashing Virgil. And the Ferraris are close together.
Yeah, it's so close, it's so close.
This is mental. Honey Badger dropping behind Virgil now.
Yeah, Honey Badger also, I think he already got 6 seconds penalty or something. So he won't finish where he finishes the race.
Holy moly, it's that penalty.
Oh, Big Virgil goes right. Big Virgil goes right and have to leave the position now. To Rusland also. That was a mistake from the Ferrari.
This is absolute
Chain got a penalty. Chain got a 3-second penalty, but there are a lot having a penalty there, so I don't know who is gonna be on top.
To the inside line on the softs. He's dove a little bit too late, locked up.
Switcheroo from Chain. Chain is also having a great race.
We are within 5 laps of the end of this race now, and what on earth is going to happen? Who's going to get points in this race is the question, rather than who's going to win it.
Also, Nick Mania is very close now to Honey Badger.
Medium Pilot.
And Medium Pilot got a 3-second penalty, so if Gio managed to go into the 3 seconds behind Medium Pilot, he still can get a podium.
Mike Bundy, being frustrated by the Ferrari of Virgil, is trying to get
Nick Mania not trying it again.
Keep us updated on if it happens.
Close enough.
I think the similar thing's happening again. Bundy missed a breaking point, having to go wide in turn 1.
Something is gonna happen, I think. Now Rusland closing in on Chain. Is he gonna try it? Oh, Chain goes very defensive there. Rusland doesn't try it, it's too far away from him.
So what can the Williams do? Can he knock on the door for P10? James Braden right now doing fantastic with it in P10 after qualifying last position, 19th, after not doing qualifying on a default setup. What a run right now.
It's crazy.
I think Honey Badger's tyres are going to start to die as we head on to the 32nd lap of the race. So what will happen? The battle right now, the biggest battle on track is the battle for points, and even then, James Braden has a nice 1.5 second gap for points right now. Mike Bundy is in a terrible mood right now, isn't he?
And Medium Pilot now getting closer to Kimi, but he has the penalty, so that won't be affecting standings anyway.
DRS open on Bundy's car as he tries to stay with Laser Lord, who's trying to get past Virgil, who's trying to do anything that isn't to get passed by these guys. Yeah, Mike's struggling with the Renault's brakes, I think, this season, as I struggle with the Ferrari brakes. I really hated the Ferrari brakes before I swapped to Williams. Lee saying, "Oh, the Williams race are terrible." I love them. I think they're great.
And still is Nick fighting for P5 with Honey Badger.
He's bringing up season 3 again. Oh, I tell you what, guys, I've stopped doing that because they get annoyed at me. You look at lag from Laserlord or someone affecting Bundy, and he had to stamp on the brakes there.
Yeah, Bundy was really close there.
Now
he's gonna try it on Laserlord.
Honey Badger repassed by Nick, but was the other Renault making a move?
Close, but he did it very good.
DRS active on Honey Badger's car. Sorry, on Mike Bundy's car, as Mike Bundy looks to overtake Virgil with the tribute helmet to, well, I don't know, it might be a tribute helmet to Hubert, yeah. I don't know. I like the pink though.
Nick finally made the move into P5.
I think, though, as we head towards the penultimate lap, let's have a look at P. Walters. How you doing? Swell? Not doing anything? Great. He's coming up to lap stand though.
Yeah, it's been an easy race for him.
You can stop for coffee if you wanted.
Yeah, he's leading the whole race and he had the perfect strategy.
Honey Badger to pit lane. He couldn't do it.
I think he's going for a fast lap.
Nuno.
He also had some penalties.
Nuno, so he's been
driving
James
is going to P9. That's a great result for him.
Hubert was added to the game, Sophie. So Hubert is in the game now with us, alongside Juan Manuel Correa. So both the drivers.
Rusland now trying on change. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, that's all right.
Rusland is going for it for P10 now.
Oh, he's gonna get close.
Really fighting for points now. That's side to side now. The Ferrari and the Williams. Rusland started at P18, I think. So also a great race from him.
I think the best race though to look at it as Robin did not want to let him through there. Best race so far to look at though is Midnight. He's been doing on his own. He's on 31 laps on his medium tyres.
That's crazy.
Yeah, F2 2019 was added. Guys, come on, keep up. I went nuts about it in the GP4 chat, not in any other chat. Oops, forgot to mention all of that. Virgil and Bundy getting close together.
Bundy now very close to Big Virgil too.
So F2 2019 in the game. I really can't wait to get my hands on some of the cars there. Obviously, my boy Ralph Boschong is back in the game. I actually had a text from him as well. A small conversation with Ralph earlier. Just
Bundy's
saying,
going to try it.
Whoop.
No, he isn't.
My short conversation with Boschong consisted of, "Hey, good luck in Russia. I can't watch, but good luck. Keep me updated." And Ralph just said, "Thanks." And yeah, so me and Ralph get along.
Now Bundy going around the outside, but doesn't try it again.
Why is
and they touched.
Why is the ghost
Laser touched with the Renault.
Is Laserlord secretly? Is Laserlord just able to turn people into ghosts? Is Laserlord the great? Holy moly! We're on the last lap.
We're on the last lap. So Wouters is in his final lap, and he's gonna win.
I am not hanging in the big leagues. I text someone once and they responded. It's a shock. P. Walters right now is doing his best as Mike Bundy has had enough. Oh, he's made a mistake. He's actually had enough of some of the driving tonight, I think you can see. And his teammate has come to join him for P12, for P14, sorry. Getting David penalties. Obviously, penalties are going to really change this result. So, oh, Honey Badger powering out the corner, losing the rear end for some reason. And Bundy looking to get through. Rusland is now back in P40. There's lag somewhere. Sector 3's yellow flags are waving. I tell you what, we're about to see though. P. Walters coming through Sector 3 now. Who is it?
Who is going to win? Oh, it's Mike.
Getting out of the way though. Rusland into P10, but P. Walters wins the race for second place. Well done to him. Raikkonen is going to be P2. Immediate pilot pole sitter is going to be P3. Well done to all of those gentlemen.
A lot of points to Wouters. Not a great day for him today. Gio has.
Whoa,
I think
Rusland.
Gio really did a great race.
The moment for Rusland. He tries to get past chain game. At this point, you're gonna.
Does Rusland gonna get into the points? You're gonna look for penalties indeed. James P9,
No,
that's a
hold
great
on.
race from
There
him.
might be a run down to the line. Chengame's struggling. Chengame's really struggling. Is there going to be a run to the line here? I don't think so.
Oh, Rosland!
Rosland,
He
no.
just missed out.
Honey Badger
With
is round on the
Bundy
final
going into the
lap.
points with penalty. He is going into the points, Bundy.
He'll take that. But our race winner tonight was P. Walters. By 15 seconds, he won that with penalties. Well done to him. Delete some old race footage, Sophie. That's what I do. And relax. That was fun. I enjoyed that.
It was a good race. It was a good race without any collision, I think. Without really... Yeah, there was a few collisions with a few damage. But it wasn't big. I think they all raced very well. They really did a good job. One by one.
So, 2 Mercedes-powered cars and a Renault on the podium. P. Walters wins from Raikkonen in P2 and Medium Pilot in P3. We will not be doing interviews tonight because, frankly, I need to rest my voice. I need to have some left for later tonight when I call my friends. But yes. So, barring any stupid investigations, these are how the results will line up at the end of the race. P. Walters won the race ahead of Raikkonen in P2, Medium Pilot in P3, and Gilles in P4. Nick in P5 ahead of Midnight. Well done to him for getting back up there in P6. Sam is in P7. King David in P8. James Braden in P9 for the back of the grid. Well done to him. And Mike Bundy in P10. Outside the points is Robin Chenge Wow in P11. Russell in P12 doing an Tony job there for the Belgian on his first show in the Premier Division. Laserlord in P13, Virgil in P14, Honey Badger in P15, Fotio in P16, Stam in P17, Mike in P18, and Ollie All in P19. That was fun.
I'm really surprised about James. That was a great race for him, starting at the back of the grid and taking P9, taking the points. That was really good racing from him.
Yes, it was, I think, great racing nonetheless. We saw pretty good racing. We will leave the session now and go straight to the showroom to have a look at the you know what, I just want to just bring up the fact that the F2 cars are here. See? Look, yeah, the F2 2019 cars here. For everyone who don't believe me. And you know what, because we can, let's have a look at Antoine Hubert's car. There it is. So yeah, we won't end the stream on that though. We're going to end the stream looking at the McLaren. But nonetheless, that was fun. Did you enjoy your first commentary session, Senna?
I really did, and you didn't die, so...
No, I'm still alive! You kept me young. I'm still here. But yes, we will be seeing you next week, because the racing now in Austria is done. Next week we're going home. We're heading to Silverstone, my favourite track. Join us on Monday for the GP4 race, where Senna and hopefully myself, if there's a reserve drive, will be heading out on track. Are you looking forward to Silverstone?
If I say no, do you kill me then?
Well, you just might not get a dinner, but yeah.
Yeah, it's not my favorite track,
mastered?
but I can drive it. It's not my favorite, but it's not too bad.
Well, join us on Monday for GP4, where you see how Senna does in that race. On Tuesday, I'll be back on commentary though with Alex, I believe. I think I'll have Alex or Fotio with me on Tuesday night for GP3. Then Wednesday night with GP4 or GP2 will be going absolutely mental at the British circuit, and then we'll be back here on Thursday for the Premier Division in Silverstone, and we'll see what can happen. But nonetheless, thank you to everyone who came to have a watch of the stream. I hope my commentary wasn't too bad while I was sick. Thank you, Senna, for joining us, and I'm glad you enjoyed your first time out.
I did.
We will see you next week for the British Grand Prix. My name is JB. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you later, guys. Ta-ra!